Another 2-0 sweep with the free picks here on the video report on Friday, cashing in with the Mets plus the Dodgers on the run line. 9-1 with the freebies since Monday. 15 of the last 20 comp plays have been winners. And I've got 4 more selections coming your way in just a moment. I'm going to break down the Dallas-Houston series, give you a series play plus a side play and game number 1. And I've got 2 afternoon baseball plays as well in the Twins, Indians, and Cardinals and Reds. And, of course, this being Saturday, you know the deal. Each and every Saturday over the past nearly 4 years now, I've given you a money-saving discount coupon code that could potentially save you hundreds of dollars off your total purchase price. Well, the NBA playoffs open today. What better time to take advantage of it, guys? You can save 26% off your total purchase price today simply by using the coupon code 26%. But that's 26 PERCENT. Repeat after me, 26 PERCENT. Shipping and handling included. You use that 26% coupon code and you will save 26% off your total purchase price. And it's a mix and match coupon. Listen, it's good for any combination of handicappers, picks, and or packages. It maximizes your savings. The only stipulation, it's a one-time usage coupon. So you can't come in and get Brian Rosica's big early play and then 3 hours later come in and get Chris Jordan's big late play. Everything in your shopping cart at one time. Take 26% off your total purchase price. If you already happen to be involved in a long-term package with one of the handicappers here, and let's say you have 4 days left in the package, you want to buy a new 30-day package, well, you will then have 34 days. The new 30-day package you purchase will then automatically be discounted 26%. And if you have any instant rebates applicable from previous sales, they will be good as well. Should you have any questions, just contact customer service. That's what I pay them for. Okay, listen, I saw a couple of guys today that had big plays. One early and one late. So I know normally I have the half price play of the day, but I thought what better time to have the half price play of the day times 2. So here's the deal. On the late card, the game, Houston and Dallas, going at 9:30 Eastern time, I saw Chris Jordan, second top-rated 1,000 star play this season in the NBA. Won his first one. That was about a month and a half ago. It's his top-rated 1,000 star NBA winner number 10 out of 14. And understand, since the 2007-08 season, right, 7 years back, he is 9-4 with these plays, including 1-0 this season. It's on Dallas and Houston. He also has a bonus small play on the Mavs-Rockets series, and you can get it for half price simply by using coupon code CHRIS, CHRIS. Meanwhile, Brian Rosica has his 100 max wager winner number 11 out of 14 going on the Golden State New Orleans game, which tips at 3:30 Eastern time. You can get that for half price. Winner number 23 of 36 overall. And keep in mind, it matches his 100 dance winners with Duke over Michigan State and Wisconsin over North Carolina. You can get it for half price simply by using coupon code BRYAN, BRYAN. There's like 7 total coupons, discounts, bonuses, etc. They're all available on the homepage. Just head on over there to check them out. So the NBA playoffs obviously getting underway today. I think the biggest problem initially at the start of the playoffs is how teams fare that essentially coasted down the stretch. Think the Warriors. Think the Atlanta Hawks. Teams that wrapped up the number 1 seed, or teams that were destined to finish like the Cleveland Cavaliers in the number 2 slot in the East, no matter what they did down the home stretch. How will they perform? You know, the one thing any athlete likes, and I don't care what sport it is repetition and no deviation from a chosen path. They like that routine. Problem is, when you have teams like, again, the Warriors, the Cavaliers, the Hawks, who in essence decided, understandably so, to give so many players additional rest time to be refreshed for the playoffs, well, that's fine and dandy. But when you have a finely tuned machine and suddenly you park the car in the garage for 3.5 weeks and then you expect to come out and be at top racing form, that always worries me, especially in the first 2 games sometimes of any playoff series. And naturally, these are the teams that are going to be the heaviest weighted in terms of laying the points. They're playing at home. They're the top-rated seeds. They're playing an inferior opponent, sometimes an opponent, especially out of the East, that has a sub-500 record, and you're being asked often to lay double digits. So I think it's a precarious spot you always have to be aware of in the playoffs, and we'll see how that plays out. Now, in terms of tonight's game, I find the most interesting matchup, other than my best bet, which is one of 3 plays today on the Golden State game against New Orleans is the Dallas-Houston game. Not only the game, but the series. Listen, there is no love lost, as you know, between the Mavs and the Rockets. I mean, Mark Cuban has certainly fueled those flames, right? With his comments about Harden, with the Rockets' overall talent. And of course, the Rockets were just a little pissed off when the Mavs swooped in and stole Chandler Parsons. Little did they know prior to the season that, as it turned out, Parsons was not exactly a bust, but certainly did not achieve what the Dallas Mavericks expected from him. And the Mavericks have a lot at stake here. Listen, they more or less mortgaged a small part of their future to go out and get Rajon Rondo, who did not mesh with the team. The chemistry wasn't there, but Rondo is a proven postseason performer. We also know something else here. Teams like to play more half-court sets in the postseason. Teams will batten down the hatches defensively in the postseason. You will not often find high-scoring games, which you would expect to find in Dallas-Houston, for example. But I'm looking at the Rockets here, -5. Dwight Howard has played 9 games since missing basically half the season. He played 9 games here in the past month. How healthy is he with that knee? Who knows? Coming off statistically his worst season. But they got James Harden. And you know what Harden's going to do. Now, Rondo is not a midget there at the point guard spot, okay? He's not one of these 5'9", 5'10" guards. At 6'1", he's got some length, too. He's given 4 inches or so, but he should be able to at least do something against Harden defensively. The key for the Mavericks in this series, can they rebound? They're a lousy defensive team. They're not going to get better defensively, but they're going to need Tyson Chandler and Dirk Nowitzki and Parsons, if he's healthy enough, to hit the rack hard here because they've got to do some work on the boards. Game number 1. I think the Rockets are going to come out here and just blitz them tonight. So I like the Rockets -5 in the series. Now, you know the series, first round format, right? 2-2, 1-1-1, 2 at Houston, 2 at Dallas, and they alternate Houston, Dallas, Houston for a potential Game 7. I do believe the Mavericks are going to be able to steal one of these games, however, in Houston, and I like the Mavericks in the series for the simple reason that you have basically 2 evenly matched teams for various reasons. But I can take the Mavericks at plus $1.90, plus $1.95. I'm sorry, guys. That's just too good of a wager. So I got to take the Mavericks in the series as the huge dog, and I'm going to go ahead and take Houston minus the points in game number 1. Listen, the Washington-Toronto series, I realize it's an early one, but if you can get down on it, I like the Wizards as a $1.50 series dog in this one. These are 2 teams that have different styles. Toronto would like to run the ball. Washington, half court. Washington's half-court offense, much better because they have the size down low with Nene, with Gortat, with all the other guys that they have coming off the bench, Gordon and Gooden and Humphreys. They've got the experience. You know, the Raptors, this is going to be their 7th playoff experience. They've never won a playoff series yet. I don't think they're going to win this one either. Washington certainly an underachiever the second half of the season, but I like the Wizards as a $1.50 series dog. Now in baseball today, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Twins minus $1.10 at home with Phil Hughes on the hill against the Cleveland Indians and Danny Salazar. Salazar, remember last year, first half of the season, awful, second half of the season, seemingly put it together. This year, spring training, beyond awful, struggled with his control and earned run average over 8. They sent him to the minors to start. He had one very good start in AAA with 6 shutout innings and 7 Ks. But again, it was AAA. He's back in the majors to take on the the Twins. Now listen, last year, he really struggled. If you look at his season as a whole, even though he finished strong, 6-8 with a 4.25 earned run average. It is true he had a 3.18 earned run average in 3 starts against these Twins, but listen, 4.39 ERA in 10 road starts a year ago. Twins won 3-2 in 11 innings last night. They have now won 3 straight after taking the final 2 games of a series against the Royals after an 0-7 start. Meanwhile, the Indians have lost 5 of their last 6. I'm going to go with Hughes, who's 4-1 with a 2.80 earned run average and 7 career starts against the Indians and the Twins as the cheap home chalk. I'm also going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals minus $1.45 at home against Cincinnati as up at Carlos Martinez making his 2nd start of the season against Homer Bailey, who's making his 1st start since undergoing, to repair a torn flexor in his forearm back in September. Now, he made a rehab start in AAA last Saturday. He needed 91 pitches to labor through 5 2/3 innings, actually, and gave up 4 runs in the process. He has never fared well against St. Louis. 3 starts against the Cardinals last year. He had a 6.46 earned run average, 4.32 earned run average in 12 road starts last year. And listen to this. Past 3 years, 11 starts against the Cardinals. His ERA is a little over 4.5 runs, allowing 96 base runners in 63 some innings. His last 3 years pitching for the Reds in St. Louis, he's made 5 starts at Busch Stadium. In those 5 outings, his ERA is a little over 5 runs a game. Cardinals won 6-1 last night. They've won 3 in a row. 5 of their last 6, they've scored at least 4 runs in all 6 of those games. Meanwhile, the Reds got out of the gates fast with a 4-0 start, but they've since, hit the tail. Hit the skids. They've lost 5 out of 6 games. They've only scored 4 runs in their last 3 games. Little FYI in case you happen to be on Jeopardy and you get hit with this one, okay? Cardinals, not only a 12-3 series run at home, winning 5 of the last 6 meetings, but since the start of the 2003 series, the Cardinals are 28-3-2 in series at home against the Reds. And in fact, if you take it back to 2006, they have won 8 straight series at home against Cincinnati, going 21-1 overall. So I'm going to go here in the second game of the series again and back St. Louis as your play. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this again.